Hey, gang. Breitbart News put out a piece of House Republicans saying that the debt ceiling will turn the appropriations process into a power tool to defund Joe Biden's agenda and woke policies. This is a good thing. Let's get into it. Hey, guys, welcome back. So there are some Republicans who I actually like who are coming out against the deal that Speaker Kevin McCarthy made with the Biden White House on the debt ceiling and spending known as the Fiscal Responsibility Act. Now, I can understand it to some degree because many Republicans are furious at the irresponsible spending that's been going on under this administration and under a Democrat Congress, and how this administration picked winners and losers among American citizens and how they spent money, our taxpayer dollars, to import more and more illegal aliens into the country that we have to support them for the rest of our lives. So I can understand why they were upset that they didn't get everything in the first time that they were able to have the authority in the House for the debt ceiling argument. So we have House Republican Conference Chair Elise Stefanik, House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, and Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene explaining how the debt ceiling will enable Republicans to have leverage during the upcoming spending battle to combat Biden's agenda and other woke policies. The legislation, which is called the Fiscal Responsibility Act, would cut the deficit by $1 trillion over the next decade, according to the CBO. But Republican lawmakers have explained that the debt ceiling legislation contains a crucial Republican provision that was crafted by the Rules Committee member Thomas Massie of Kentucky that would automatically pass, get this, a continuing resolution with a 1% across the board federal cut if Congress fails to pass the 12 separate appropriations bills, which the Constitution stipulates. Now, Congressman Massie said during a GOP House conference meeting on Tuesday night, he said, the debt limit is a scrimmage match and the appropriations is the Super Bowl. And he's right. You can increase the debt ceiling limit all you want, but to get there, you have to get past the controls of spending. I'm shocked that the Biden White House actually fell for this. So Joe Biden is out there saying, now, I did not give an inch. I said I wouldn't, and I didn't on the debt ceiling. Okay, that's great. So you got your debt ceiling increase, but you're never going to reach it because the Republicans outsmarted you by putting provisions into the bill that would create a continuing resolution that'll do a 1% cut across the board. Now, for the people who weren't paying attention, not you guys, but who weren't paying attention, that means that instead of increasing one dime in spending, it will go down 1% or 1% less than last year's spending. And I, for one, think that's the right direction to go. So Stefanik explained that the Appropriations Committee has already been working to identify waste, fraud, and abuse in the federal government. And the appropriations process would allow Republicans to go after the deep state. Now, I can guarantee you that there is a boatload of waste, fraud, and abuse within the deep state. For the naysayers out there, guys, just remember that in 1994, after the Gingrich Revolution, they didn't get everything they wanted either the first time out. Remember all those days when the Democrats were claiming the Republicans wanted to starve children, wanted your grandparents to get sick and die, all because they wanted to get spending under control? And remember how Bill Clinton played politics by using a triangulation tactic of saying that the Democrats in Congress were too left-wing and the Republicans were too far right-wing, and he was the only one in the center that anybody could trust? Remember all that? Remember how Republicans fought with Clinton tooth and nail for the end of the appropriations arguments? Remember the welfare to work when Republicans forced Clinton to sign it after he vetoed it twice? Well, all that stuff didn't happen right out of the box. Republicans from the 94 revolution had to work at that. And that's what's going on right now. Okay, now this is the important stuff to understand so that you can get past the naysayers of this deal. Stefanik explains just a few of the ways that Republicans can work to defund Biden's woke agenda and rein in runaway government with this deal. She said, quote, "We can also use the appropriations process to stop the politicized DOJ and FBI from illegally targeting law-abiding Americans. I sit on the Intel Committee and the Select Committee on the weaponization of the federal government," she said. And the appropriations process is one of our most effective tools to ensure that we're standing up for the constitutional rights of Americans. We can also prevent ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, from criminalizing law-abiding gun owners, which is so important. I know through all of us on this call as staunch supporters for the Second Amendment, and we also have the ability to stop agencies from forcing ESG, environment, social, and governance programs, to put our seniors' retirements at risk. Now, MTG went on to explain that she was initially reluctant to support the Fiscal Responsibility Act, but then she said that the appropriations leverage was a special thing. Now she serves on the Weaponization Select Committee and the Coronavirus Select Committee, and she noted that Republicans can defund the FBI's proposed new headquarters through the appropriations process. She said that Republicans could target Anthony Fauci's generous federal retirement plan through future spending bills and ensure that the federal government does not fund more unnecessary coronavirus vaccines. Jim Jordan said, "This is the first debt ceiling increase where we are actually reducing year-over-year spending." He also pointed out that the appropriations incentive would allow Republicans to prevent Senate Democrats and the White House from passing another omnibus spending bill. Jordan said, quote, "We're not going to stand for that," the omnibus he meant. "The speaker has been clear, and this mechanism that's put in the bill, I think, will help us deal with that situation and get the policy changes that Elise and Marjorie mentioned that we need to get in the appropriations process." Look, I trust Jim Jordan because he's never done anything while in office that would make me not trust him, and that trust goes a long way. Jordan credited McCarthy and the GOP conference for pushing the appropriations incentive into the debt ceiling compromise. I still can't believe that the Biden White House went along with this. Jordan said, "I think the speaker and I think our entire conference are committed to actually making that happen, and it was the first step in putting it together." Yes, the first step, folks. This is a process. And just like I said, the 94 Republican Revolution with Gingrich didn't happen overnight, but they made progress. And that's what all we can ask for, right? Thank you for watching this video. If you want to stay informed with how the Republicans are trampling all over the Biden White House with this appropriations process, give us a like and share our videos with like-minded friends. We'll see you in the next one.
Your mama forgot, I know it hurts. Rolling by the cool kids on the first day